Welcome to the Performance Enhancing Podcast. It's like steroids for your brain. A podcast for people looking to live life at their peak potential. Chock full of real-world tools and knowledge that you can apply in your life today. By providing you with a lens into the lives, beliefs, practices, and actions of those who are already living extraordinary lives, the Performance Enhancing Podcast will help you shift your mindset or create that change in your daily rituals and habits so you can explode with success in the areas of life that are most important to you. So get ready for another dose of Performance Enhancing Podcast with SatoriPrime. Here's your host, Ilan Ferdman.
Well, welcome back. And I should say it's back. This is Facebook Roundtable Part 2. And this is part 1 of that series. We did not get Justin Brooke on this one. He was unavailable, but we got Guy on this one, which we didn't have last time. So it was me, Jason Hornang, our partner, and Kurt Malley. And you'll see in this part, quite funny, but we basically sent in a spy to see what is actually happening on Facebook. And by that, I mean Kurt Malley actually went to Facebook headquarters and met with someone, a physical person from Facebook, to get us some answers. So I'm not going to ruin the story here. I'm just going to let Kurt tell it because he tells it so well. So enjoy part 1. And then in part 2, we're going to delve a little more into the nitty gritty and the strategy stuff. But amazing story and amazing adventure that Kurt went on. So enjoy. What's up, everybody? It's Facebook Roundtable, as I've labeled it, part 2. And the first one, I mean, that video went bananas, huh? Lots of comments. Everyone's super excited. And we promised we'd be back beginning of January. So it's a little bit delayed. Our apologies. But it couldn't have been more perfect time because we actually sent a spy into the midst of Facebook offices. I don't know how they let Kurt in there, but they did. So how did they let you in there? Did you have to pretend to be someone else?
No, he's got videotape.
Yeah, I got it. The guy I went with, he's like, Kurt, you're going to have to check your cell phone in at the front door. I'm like, yeah. I'll be naked walking through this place. I just want to talk to somebody. You can go ahead. I don't care if someone wants to see 280 pounds walking around. They'll have to do it.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Or answers.
Mode. So they let you in.
So, yeah. So here's the thing. I'll start with the story because I love stories as well too, right? Yeah. So just a couple of things. You guys can hear me okay and everything else, right?
Very good.
I guess fine. Good. So what was really interesting is it's how much money do you have to spend with Facebook to get a rep, right? None of us really know. Everybody has an idea.
Yep.
300, 400, 500, 600,000 a month, $1 million a month. I know people that spend over $1 million a month don't have a rep. So it's I already know what the qualifications are.
I know people that had $8,000 and had reps.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah, I go speak at events and I'm it's really difficult to get a rep. And people will be like, I got a rep. How much you spend a month? And they're like, I spend a lot. And I go, what's that? About $7,000 a month. You gotta be
exactly.
So I'm always going through my mind, right? It's always okay. And by the way, I do this for support tickets. If you run an agency, you can do this. This is just my insight. I was told by Facebook to do this. I spend X amount a month. I have X amount of clients. We're looking for Facebook assistance. Anything that we can do to participate inside of that journey, please let me know. I'm just looking for qualifications and exactly what I should do correctly. And then we ask our question. Sometimes we'll get a question answered. Sometimes we won't. So I've always wondered, what's the qualifications? What do I have to do? What do I have to prove without being illegal? Who can I buy lunch to? What can I do for coffee? These guys, Facebook can't be bribed, meaning that I've said, hey, can we just go out for coffee and just chat? I just want to build a rapport. We can all be friendly here. We can all meet up in San Diego and high fives. Hey, how's it going? I just want that kind of relationship with a Facebook rep. That's it.
Yeah.
So what's really interesting is we had a new guy start here and he goes, I know a friend who worked there as a temp who knows this girl that they hang out with on a regular basis. Maybe we'll just go meet up. And I'm thinking, out of all the qualifications, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. You could have wrote that down on your resume, buddy.
Yeah. So we ended up going to Facebook, and his friend was going to meet us before. It didn't happen, which is fine. So she comes walking out of the door where they have this huge, the bottom floor of the building they're at. has this huge floor where everybody eats at, right? And what happens is they all come down there to eat, then they take the elevator and they go back up to work. So we were all there and we were invited for lunch. So she comes out, his friend isn't there yet. So it's one of those awkward kind of like almost first blind date, meetings. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Everybody's like, and then she's like, what's this social media ad genius black box? I'm like, oh, I'm the owner. I think she thought employees were going to come over and ask questions about ads. So I was trying to think with her, and this is good for everybody because here's the deal and I'll be quick on this. I think it's important information is Facebook has the ability if they want to respond or not. And then Facebook can choose to give you a canned answer or not respond at all.
Yeah.
So people are attracted more to the emotional level than they are the logical. So driving on in saying, let's talk about my 10 ads. I turned it into, let me tell you the story of being an entrepreneur. I lost all my money. I learned how to advertise on Facebook. I've traveled around the world now. It's amazing. We have happy customers all over. God, I love Facebook. She kind of rolled her eyes. Damn it, that didn't really work. And what ended up happening is we went back to lunch. So we really started going over a lot of the questions. Now, here's some of the interesting things, and I'll make a video. And by the way, I just did a video recently because I know a lot of other accounts have gotten shut down. Like I did it last night, and I'll share it underneath here and everything else.
Nice.
So I'm going to give you the good news and the bad news. So it's just interesting. The good news is we know a little bit more. The bad news is I think I found out I knew less than what I thought I did before.
Oof.
So this girl is actually in charge of ad compliance. So there was a couple of times where I saw her screen what specifically that they're looking at, right? Wow. So here's a couple of things. Videos are doing really, really well on Facebook. Like I've been teaching this a lot, and I don't know about you guys, but retargeting with videos, 2 to 3 minute videos, just crushing it. So one of the things that I tested here recently is I did a webinar with a guy, Todd Brown, and I retargeted from the webinar because we were talking about retargeting. So I'm like, I should probably retarget everybody, right? I think we spent $143 and we made $5,700. So it was interesting because Todd made 30% of all total sales between 7 p.m. and midnight. Because actually that's when the video got approved and it just started skyrocketing. But here's what I did is I took my presentation and I boiled it down to 7 minutes and I ran that video ad to say, hey, here's just a 7-minute preview of what you missed, just because we found out that our earnings per click coming onto the replay page were like 3x for what people attended the webinar. Yeah. And they were watching that preview, going to watch the review, which they could just click the buy now button. So I'm like, okay, this is a presentation about Facebook ads. So what the hell do you think I had screenshots all over, right? So I ran a special with a video right before Christmas. And it was a year-end special. I recorded 7 minutes. Here's everything you're going to get with one of our packages, blah, blah, blah. Facebook shut down the ad, said I used Facebook's image. It was not my thumbnail, it was not my copy. Not on the landing page either. So I filled out a support ticket, which then they escalated and said, hey, Kurt, thank you. I'm going to have to escalate this. Then they closed the ticket. So I had to reopen the ticket. Then it disappeared. So I had to fill out a support ticket about the support ticket because I don't want to re-upload a video until I know what I did right because I want to be a good citizen, lead by example, right? So I fill out 6 support tickets, never get the video back up for the new year. January 11th, I get an email from Facebook that says the reason that your video was denied is because you had Facebook likeness in your video, which I'll get to in a minute. And they sent me over a link for Facebook. I think it's facebookbrand.com.
Okay.
There are only certain screenshots you can use when talking about Facebook. You can't say FB ads. I mean, that's what we all do.
Yep.
We can't make any reference to Facebook. So when I was talking to the girl and I'm like, okay, why did you deny my video? This is important. They only watch the first 30 seconds of videos, but they watch it at 10x speed. So when it comes up on their dashboard that I saw, it comes up on the dashboard, it plays at 10x speed, but it'll show 10 different other thumbnails. So because my video was denied, I told her since we don't know the rules, we kind of make them up in our own head. So I'm like, I just went to all the audio places that I said Facebook. I didn't mute it. I deleted that. So I'd be like, you guys want to see the best traffic source? It's one of the most amazing things you guys will ever see. People watch the video longer, so I guess that was a hook, right?
It's a good pattern interrupt, actually.
Which it really is. And people are like, what? So here's the other thing is when Facebook denied the ad, I put actually a censored label. It said censored over every single logo that I had with Facebook in my 7-minute presentation.
Wow.
So what happened is my account got turned off right before Christmas. We got it turned back on. The account got turned back off right in January. It got turned back on. And then it was with the video. So I told Facebook when I met with them, I go, look, I got a warning on the 11th. What I did wrong. Great. Now I know the rules. Thank you so much. And you guys closed my account 12 hours later, like after I made adjustments. So I'm not quite sure. And here was the interesting part, and I don't want to hog up too much of the call. There's just a couple of point points I really want to go over, is she said videos, images are reviewed by all different people. Like someone could just look at the 20% rule. Someone else could look at, so you could have ads running for 3 days, and that's why you get a decline. Someone looks at a headline, copy, image, or video, or different parts in the video. These are all different people.
Wow.
80% of all ads are, this is where I think I'm probably going to get shot. 80% of all ads are automatically reviewed through an automatic process. 20% of ads are reviewed manually.
Yeah.
Then what happens is every 90 days, there's a physical manual account review. So they have this 3 strikes rule, which I was really trying to get specific about what are the 3 strikes. She said they reset every 90 days. So like you can have no ads declined. They do a review of your account and it's just automatically shut down. And then she was under the belief, she goes, well, wait a minute, you'll get an email that will tell exactly why you were shut down. And I sent her over proof that they're all semicolons. You were shut down because of whatever. I recorded this whole thing in the video that I wrote.
Yeah.
So she said, well, here's the thing, Kurt, you had 3 strikes. And I go, we haven't had any ads declined in 60 days. She goes, well, actually, you had 2 of them that went over the 20% rule. And I'm sure everybody's done this where they check their ads, tool works, Facebook says they don't, you dispute it. They're like, oh, you're right. The red mark's still on your record.
Wow.
So I got my account closed, and I'm just being very open here, full kimono. I got my account closed or suspended because I got it reopened. So there is hope out there, by the way. I got it reopened in December because they said I made unsubstantiated claims. And I go, I teach this. There are no unsubstantiated claims anywhere. You're not going to see. You're going to see emotional testimonials. There's no money. There's no lead. I don't have any claims whatsoever. Please look. Then they turn my account back on. But when I talked to the Facebook rep goes, Kurt, you had unsubstantiated claims. And I go, no, I didn't. Like Facebook even said it was, but it's still a black mark because they said it was there. So then she goes, well, Kurt, people have clicked on your site and said it was untrustworthy. And I go, again, I'm just full kimono. I'm just open. I spent $235,000 on social media ad genius ads last year since March. And the last part of it was really the last 4 or 5 months of the year. So I go, look, you're telling me I sent millions of clicks and I got a couple of people that said I was a scam? Let me ask you this. I have customers all over the world. I have a super low refund rate. I have people really happy. Of course I'm going to attract crazies.
Yeah.
He goes, well, Kurt, it doesn't look very good if you have unsubstantiated claims, people saying your website's not trustable, and then your video. So here was the kicker on the video. I put censored all over everything. The lowercase f is trademarked. So anywhere that you have a lowercase f, like in my presentation, I say, this is what we learned in our agency. This is what we learned from Facebook. And there's a picture of the F. That's one violation. Then I had a screenshot of my ad account to show that we've spent $5 million. That's another ad violation. Then there was an old logo that I resized, another ad violation. I then showed a screenshot of a post to show people what a boost post was, but it's not an approved image through Facebook. So they said all those violations added up and closed my account again.
Wow.
And she told me over and over, she goes, if you guys, and this is where I kind of round out the whole thing. She goes, if you guys were to read the terms of use, you wouldn't have any of these problems. Appreciate that you sitting on the other side of the table. Like, this is what I do. Now, I'll give you a little perspective. You have the butterfly effect. So you don't know this and you have no idea who I am. But like, I talk to lots of people all around the world. I'm really connected with some amazing individuals. Whatever you tell us, I'm going to communicate with those guys. So just tell me the right thing. And I'm going to tell everybody. Like, that's just the way that we roll. There's so much business out there. She goes, if you were to read the terms of use, you wouldn't have this problem. And then you guys are going to love this. Ready? Get ready for this. This is really exciting. She goes, here's the exact look on her face.
Hey guys, I just want to take a quick break here and let you know about our 10-day challenge. All you have to do is head over to SatoriPrime.com/10day, the number 10 day. And in it, we give you a 10-part video series that is absolutely changing lives, and it's completely free. It's a mindset shift in what is possible for you in your life right now. So I just want to read to you what someone has just written me. And they said, what did the 10-day challenge create for me? In summary, a plan of action. A man with a goal and a plan is unstoppable. Your 10-day challenge allowed me to take all that confusion and fear of my situation and see it was a period of transition. I have a plan. I've taken action and I'm implementing. Success is just over the horizon. And that could be the case for you. So head over to SatoriPrime.com/10day, the number 10 day, and grab your 10 free videos today and create a plan of success for you. Now back to the episode.
Well, you guys are just trying to figure this out on your own. Why don't you have a Facebook rep? Hang on a second. Oh, hang on. She goes, do you fill out support tickets? And I go, yeah, 60% of them don't get returned. Like, I have documentation. She goes, I don't believe that. Every one of them gets returned. And I go, wow. Tell me the qualifications for a Facebook rep, whatever it takes. So she goes, well, I have friends that are in that department. No, she called them, this is important terminology. She has SMB and partner reps. She goes, and again, full kimono, and this is my ad account. This is any of my clients. It's the only reason I'm talking about numbers. So she goes, okay, to be an SMB partner, there's some qualifications you have to go through. They don't let you know what those are. But can you spend $10,000 over 90 days? And I go, yeah, I spent $20,000 in December in the first 2 weeks. Like, I'm good to go. She goes, you could be a Facebook partner. And I go, what's a Facebook partner?
That sounds sexy.
Yeah, it sounds even better. She goes, but you're going to have to spend $30,000 over 90 days. And I go, great, I'll show you my history. $76,000, 90 days. Like, you guys all know the math. You put in 1,000, make 1,100. It sounds sexy for $75,000, but you just got to know your numbers, right?
Yeah.
So, and I tell people, by the way, that's all cash. I don't use any credit cards. Damn it, I should be getting more airline miles, but I max out credit cards too fast. That's a whole other story. Anyway, she goes, let me talk to one of my friends that I've built a relationship with in SMB. I'll look over your account. So I had 3 accounts closed on Monday. One was software as a service. Some of these are big guys that you guys already see, that like everybody sees their ads anyway. So we are working through her to work through a friend, but this is a friend of a friend. It's not her main job. So like, I'm thinking in the back of my head after I tell you guys this whole story, it's like, no matter how good of a citizen you are, no matter what you do right, no matter how many people that you teach, no matter how much you spend, it literally comes down to a friend of a friend of a friend that's going to do you a favor. She just sent me a message that said, Kurt, I'm happy to help. I'm really busy today. So I'm not going to be able to help, but I will later tonight. And I don't think she understands that there are lots of small businesses on hold as she eats this amazing, they have really good lunch at Facebook, just to let you know. So
the grilled cheese is spectacular.
You know, the last thing I'll give you too is she said over and over, if you just read the terms of use, and I told her that because we don't get feedback, we make this weird stuff up in our head. And I go, let me give you an example. I thought that I couldn't use Facebook's logo. I didn't know I couldn't use the smaller case F. So I muted every time I said Facebook in the video. Actually, I didn't mute it. I cut it out of my speech. And she goes, that is the dumbest thing I heard. And I go, I know, but this is the stuff we make up in our mind because we don't know the rules. And then she said, let me see if I can help you get a rep. And then I swear to God, here's the way that it ended. And I go, let me ask you a question. Facebook told me to start another account, which again, I made a video, happy to show you, like, here's everything we've been going through the last 2 weeks. And I go, because you guys all know we want to get this answered. I go, but let me ask you a question. I spent so much money on conversion pixels and an audience retargeting. I can't use audience insights. I can't share the audience pixels, but I can share the conversion pixels and the fan page and the website. Can I use the same conversion pixels, website, and fan page? Swear to God, here's how it happens. She goes, you know, Kurt, and then I hear this, okay, everybody, we're clearing out lunch right now. We have a meeting. I'm like, Jesus, please don't do this to me right now. So I asked her the same question again, and she's like, I'll get back to you. And I'm corresponding with her right now to get some more answers tomorrow. But those were some of my read the terms of use, and you should be working with a Facebook rep.
Wow, that's a great highlight. Hashtag
so basically, Facebook is a mafia who makes the rules and changes them however they fucking see fit, whenever they see fit. and none of us know what the fuck we're talking about, and we're just gonna do our best.
So I found a girl, and I could look her name up. I have it saved here somewhere. I've always wondered, like, what's my backup plan, right? I mean, we all treat this as our business. Justin had talked about this before. Like, this is all the way we feel at our families. There's actually a girl, and maybe I'll look this up while you guys are going over some of your updates too. She's in charge of I'm gonna look this up. Usability. Basically, here's the problem: is Facebook, as I'm kind of looking off to the side of my other screen, Facebook refers to all of their people as users.
Okay.
And this girl's forcing people to use the word users right here. Is there a way that I can send you guys?
Chat box down below.
There's a chat box down below. Chat. Okay.
Yep.
So this girl right here, by going to this amazing place, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, called Google. It's just absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
So what this girl is, she's director of product design. She's mandated that engineers refer to users as humans versus users to bring back the human element. So I feel like my major update is, I feel I'm just a cog in the wheel, that all these automated updates are happening. Accounts are closed. She goes, you can ask for a manual review. I didn't even know that was an option. So since 80% of this is automatically going through filters, and then these people are literally like, what's this? Click, 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 click. And they don't understand the ramifications. I was interesting to reach out to her. Like, I filled out 7 trouble tickets yesterday. I had to fill out this trouble ticket because I filled out one trouble ticket, by the way, where I filled it out for an account that I have, and I go for Social Media Ad Genius, and they go, Kurt, sorry, everything's corrected. They turned on an ad account that's been inactive for 4.5 years. The first one I ever ran and burned to the ground, they reactivated that, but not the other account I wrote about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here's my video.
Yeah, it happened to me. I think 2.5 years after an account shut down, I went and just sent out an email, and it was on within 12 minutes. I just caught it at the right time. But we had the same experience. I mean, we had a rep at some point because we had guys running a lot of traffic in Europe, and she was a European rep. I mean, even a direct email to a rep, I couldn't get a response. I think out of 10 emails, she responded to 2, and it was and they were really short.
Yep. And
very vague. And I was like, oh, I'm willing to send you whatever you need. Like, I really want to work with you, blah, 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 right? And then just incommunicado, just gone, not even available.
They changed departments, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, the problem was with them is the guys that had the rep, even with the rep, their account still got shut down.
Yep.
Now, their rep went to bat for them because she's like, look, I reviewed all the ads. I put everything up, blah, 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 blah. But did they ever get their account back? I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
I don't think they did.
Okay, so real quick, we were all, without giving away too much, but to let all you guys know, we were just talking about all going to an event coming up soon. So they always talk about a main product that they run as well, too, that's been shut down 4 times. I'm pretty sure everybody here knows what I'm talking about. And this product that's been shut down 4 times, they came to talk to me to say, hey, Kurt, could you run this? And I'm like, I have other clients in that niche. I guess we could. They go, well, do you have a Facebook rep? And I go, that's interesting. They're kind of like leprechauns. Like, I'll meet them once, they disappear, we'll never see them again. And then I started seeing ads for that company run again. And I'm thinking, if it's got done shut down 4 times, but they went with an agency with a dedicated rep, so the dedicated rep's the only thing that it takes to run through any of their ads. Because I see their ads all the time now where they closed all these ton of accounts. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Unless they're going through burn accounts.
No, these guys are big enough where they have to run consistent traffic.
Yeah.
They can't just turn it and burn it. So I know they're working with a rep. So I'm like, I know the rep makes all the difference, but how do you build a relationship? Here's the thing is, at the end of the day, in my opinion, is we just have to find somebody who just gives a shit about us and treats us as human beings and wants to hear our story, and then be an advocate. Because other than that,
the thing is, and I think what the whole purpose of starting this whole thing was that we could be the voice, right? And I love what you said, which is tell me and I will tell them. Like, we all have reach. People look to us for information about what's working and not working on Facebook. If we just had one person that we can communicate with that could give us like a little bit of know-how, everyone would be better off. And it just feels like it's the same thing. I love that you said the leprechaun thing, because that's really how it is. They're like, oh, look at me, I'm here. No, I'm gone.
I tell every Facebook rep the same story, and I go, and I say it over and over and over. I go, I met a girl, not Kristen. Dang it, now it's going to pass me. just sitting down with her at Facebook South by Southwest, like that one thing taught me about the conversion pixel. I mean, it changed everything. And I told her, I'm like, you guys, you don't realize this, but you really have a butterfly effect. It's whatever you tell us, like we're going to tell other people. And I think that when I say that, she's even a little apprehensive, like, whatever, he doesn't really have a reach. Or if they just wrote the terms of use, they'd understand. And I even posted on Facebook after she friended me. Oh, sorry, one important thing. And I want to say this carefully. I'm telling you really you guys, but I know everybody's going to see this. I told her that I was frustrated that Facebook didn't follow up with me when I would talk to specific reps at events. And she goes, did you ever friend them on Facebook? And I go, no, that's creepy. She goes, no, that's how we communicate with all of our clients.
Wow. Wow.
I just want to know the rules. That's all I want.
So let me ask you this, because it sounds to me like something where this is going, and I think, at least Guy, Jess, and I, we've definitely been talking about this for a while, which is most people showed up on Facebook after they got kicked off of Google, and they try to make Facebook be Google.
Yeah.
Which is like, here's my ad, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit, which we kind of spoke about in the last one. And I think they missed the point, and I think Facebook never wanted it to be that. And the videos to me sounds more of like their answer to kind of doing more of like the native ad type stuff, which is like informational, educational. You're actually providing people value when they're on there. They're getting something of value, and you're not just trying to stuff shit down their throat. Did they say anything about like why they're trying to push video so hard? Is it to kind of make that transition where like they believe on video, you actually have to deliver on value?
So that's interesting. I mean, I don't know about you guys' experience, but like from my experience, most of my clients won't do videos. Like they got to get in production and get makeup, like just stupid stuff. And I'm like, no, get an iPhone video and it sounds like crap. People love that stuff.
Yep.
It just whatever their own stuff is between their own 2 ears. What I personally feel is video is an emerging technology inside of Facebook. So for the adaptability, they're always going to make it cheaper, targeting a lot easier. You can retarget people who watch a certain video. I feel, rumor is, I haven't verified any stats, but if I'm going to say this right, the virality of videos on Facebook are now more powerful than what they are on YouTube.
Wow.
Supposedly with shares and stuff like that. I mean, I have some friends, I don't know about you guys, but like, let's just take, for example, the video we did, we got 5,000 views on it, just organically. We didn't promote it. I sent to my list. You guys did. Justin did. But I've seen friends who did a video on their Facebook post that got 1,500 views that was filmed 6 hours ago that really don't have very many followers. So compared to our reach and our list hitting YouTube versus some dude on a camcorder,
Interesting.
I definitely noticed that too. I had a friend, Dimitri, who put up just like a video of him driving in the car, sharing something about his birthday.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was like an hour later, there's like 1,700 views on it. And I'm like, holy fuck, like how many people saw this thing? And now that you say it, it really has hit me. But it's the medium of the future, right? Everyone eventually will be on video. I always use that. Like I hated when the ALS thing was happening. But the one thing that I was looking at that really impressed me, especially from a marketer point of view, was the virality of it, right? Obviously. But what impressed me even more was people getting on video. All these people that, under normal pretenses, normal structures would never put themselves on video, especially not being that authentic or making goofballs out of themselves. Like people just don't do that shit because they want to look good and they want to pretend to be a certain way. So from my point of view, I was like, damn, I'm like, they really, really did something here. If they've convinced your average Joe to pick up a camera and make an ass out of themselves. And I've been kind of trying to reverse engineer what the fuck they did from a psychological point of view that had so many people take action. And I have some theories, obviously nothing is solid, but I mean, look, they are blowing the trumpet real hard on the whole video thing right now.
Crazy story, right? So with that, I just want to kind of wrap up part one, because in part two, we're going to talk a little bit more strategy and where we see the future of Facebook really going. But the biggest takeaway for me, a few of them were, one, they're doing their best, but at the end of the day, they have billions of users, and that's their primary responsibility. Then they have a bunch of marketers trying to push the envelope, and they're trying to put systems in place to make this all work. So it's like the left hand doesn't necessarily know what the right hand is doing. having said all that, I think what you can take away from this, at least part one, we're going to go into some more technical stuff in part two, but is the fact that video right now is really king. And after we did this, I did actually do some research, and it is in fact true that Facebook videos are now more powerful than YouTube videos. If you want, you can actually go to our blog at SatoriPrime.com, and I believe it's the latest article that we posted about just that. Now, in addition, as I've shared on previous podcasts, we now just launched a 10-day challenge, and people have been emailing us left and right with incredible results. You know, on the next few podcasts, I'm actually going to bring them out and read some of these things that people are sharing. But again, if you want a massive breakthrough in your results, while technical information is fantastic, I'm telling you what happens in between your ears will carry the day. So the 10-day challenge, you can just head over to SatoriPrime.com/10-day-challenge and get registered. 10 short little videos. You pick an area in your life that matters to you. Every day we'll send you the video with a little bit of instruction, and I promise you, you can just use this 10-day thing over and over and over again. All right, hope you enjoyed this part one of Facebook Roundtable Part 2, and we'll see you on part 2.
Thank you for joining us on this week's Performance Enhancing Podcast. We've taken this pep talk and created a custom action guide so you know exactly what action steps to take now to grow your business. Just head over to SatoriPrime.com/podcast and download it for free. Also, please leave a comment and rate this podcast on iTunes. It'll help us get the word out. Thanks for listening. Now, go and implement. We'll see you next time.
Did you run through doors?